I didn't realize there's not much
Same.
competition.
We're good.
Oh. All right, welcome everybody.
Get the host chair.
We fixed the sound and the camera.
I think so.
We should. Is there somebody monitoring this to see if we can be heard?
I don't have my sound
I don't have sound.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
sound.
All right. Good.
We got sound.
So welcome. Oh, so do I. Fuck. Shut up. How you
Hey.
fucking mute this thing?
We're getting some feedback.
So
When Gwydion walked East Street,
welcome
it looked like
everybody to All
Eastern
Things Fantasy
European
Grounds Sunday night.
the camera needs to turn
Live on
a little bit, or you guys need to snuggle up a little bit more.
Who, us?
Yeah. Right?
Maybe push it back a little bit.
Oh, come this
Get in there.
Okay. So
There we go.
this is us in Whistler, British Columbia. I'm your host Rob Tui, my co-host.
Fury Fate.
And the rest of the crew will introduce everybody. So, just to let you guys know that might not know what's going on, in November of last year, 6 of us got together in Denver. Gwydion said, "Hey Rob, we should do a thing where we all get our laptops at a location and play fantasy rounds." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And then it happened. And then in February we did it again in Denver, and then now 8 months later we're here in Whistler, California. So
Nope, we're definitely in
Whistler,
California.
British Columbia. Yeah, keep on my ass, you guys. We're in our pajamas. We're fucking whatever. So Fury Fate, my co-host, and then Leroon, the other co-host, he is in Seattle and he's in the chat. I hope he's in the chat.
Hopefully he's monitoring.
And
I think I saw him.
So he said hi sooner.
Yeah, I know. It's
So-
Diablo Bob. I said hi to him earlier. He said hi.
oh, good. Okay, Diablo Bob says hi.
Yeah.
So let's start. We'll start over here with this guy, Urash54. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Rush 54. Been playing with Rob for over 2 years now.
Still hasn't got
Eleventh
the
game.
hang of it.
Playing with Gwydion for almost as long, and a bunch of other in the community. So we're having a great time up here in BC.
And this guy is.
Lazy Schooner, aka Skeeter.
You can recognize him by the mustache.
Yeah. The beautiful facial hair. Also, just the beautiful face in general.
Just don't shave the beard.
Yeah, I'll never shave the beard. Don't worry, guys.
Joe, 813210, aka Joe Numbers. I don't go on video, so this is one of the few times I am. Great time up here, having a good time when you're running a hell of a game, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Fun.
Fuck yeah.
All right, and this one.
Zelakar. I've been playing with Rob for a couple years now
Yeah.
too, off and on, and Rosh and Stooner. I don't think, but a couple times.
Yeah,
And then
I'm a little shy.
All right, cool. And this one.
Gwydion, I play when I can, not as often as I'd like, but it's great to have everybody here and playing in person. And I surprised them a little bit and sprung a
Alex
hunt
is
too on these
Twitch
guys.
down to.
So it's been fun. What's that?
Oh, Twitch is being done.
Oh,
And there might be some glitches in the video. We've been having some problems, but Shadzar was telling me that Twitch is acting idiotic all the time now. So, but
yeah,
we-
you should partner. That's why.
I need to get partner, then I can get faster streams.
That's right.
So everybody follow and everybody sub and everybody donate, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So yeah, Gwydion, we started our first game this morning, and it was Shadows of Madness.
I called it something like that. Yeah.
Shadows of Madness, and so we made our characters. Some of us did random characters, and we made them. And then we started playing, and he puts a picture up, and I'm like, I know this picture. And I'm like, what's going on here? And I didn't say anything. And then it turns out it wasn't Shadows. It was the Haunt 2 that he tricked us. And so that's what we're playing now. And we played about 4 hours or so of it already. And
we still got a couple more left.
yeah, we got a couple more left. And then we're going to do mini games over the next few days. Joe unboxed Gloomhaven here and set it all up kind of. So it's just
That's
all,
part of it there.
Maybe that's-
More behind.
it's behind us.
He'll eventually teach us how to play.
Yeah.
Will not.
Yeah, definitely.
YouTube will probably do that.
Yeah.
It will not be me.
So thanks to Zelakar for her camera and her microphone, which we are using for the show today and for the streams. And I actually have a camera here, but we couldn't get it to work. It was all crazy. And I have a microphone that's still in the box because we had backups. That's how we do it.
No shit. We're coming for him, Shad.
Yeah.
We
Right.
can invade at any point in time.
Shazzer says after this event, I'm gonna get Canada to build a wall to prevent Southerners from coming.
Oh, okay. Well, there's our first story. So
Speaking of, yeah.
I pick
You
up.
had a hell of a walk.
I drove from Spokane to Seattle on Friday. I stayed the night, and then went to pick up Saturday morning at SeaTac Airport to pick up Urash. And then we drove to Vancouver Airport, picked up Joe, and came here. And then we'll tell the rest of the other thing later. But we are in the line to get into Canada. There's like 6 lines of cars, and we're in the far right. And cars are just going through, just like the lines are all moving, and our line isn't moving. And so he and I building this up in our heads, and we were like, oh, this guy's got a chip on his shoulder. Like, what the hell? Why are they taking so long? So we get up there, and it's this African Canadian woman, and she says, okay, and we give her the passports, and then she's like, where are you coming? Where are each of you coming from? And I'm like, Spokane, and he said, he goes, California, Southern California, Mission Viejo. He took like 6 ways to get there. Yeah, and then she's like, and what are you doing in Canada? Oh, we're going up to Whistler. And what are you doing there? Playing games. Really? How many people will be there? 7. And what do you do for a living? Play games. And how do you make money on that? Are you familiar with Dungeons & Dragons? I said to her, and she said, well, I've heard of it. And I said, well, we do streams on Twitch, and that's like YouTube for gaming and whatever. And then she just gets this blaze look over in her eyes, and then she's like, how much cash you got on you? And I said, 92 American dollars. And he goes, $300. And then she goes, is that all? And then there was like 7 more questions after that.
Weaponry.
Oh yeah, do you have weapons and this and that? And I'm like, no wonder this fucking line. Are you trying to ask me out, lady? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, what the hell has happened? But anyway, so but then that's the mild story. We have a better story.
Oh.
So
My story sucks so much.
Yeah, it does.
tell your sucky story.
Okay, so I started off in Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, close to the south. From Corpus, I had a 5 a.m. flight, so I'm up at like 3 o'clock. 5 a.m. flight to go from Corpus Christi to Dallas, Texas. That takes like about an hour and a half plane ride. My flight was originally supposed to leave Dallas at 9 a.m.-ish. So I would be here in Vancouver around 2 in the afternoon, which would be great because then I would have, met up with the other team, the other party, and we would have driven together. That would have been the perfect ideal. Instead, I get onto the plane. I'm sitting in this cramped airplane seat for 3 hours on the tarmac. We're probably like the 2nd or 3rd plane in line to take off, but we can't. It got canceled due to wind, I guess, high
It was
winds.
storming like a bastard down there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the rain wasn't that big of a deal because it always goes through rain. It was really the wind because we're sitting there and we're kind of being swayed by the wind in the aircraft, so it's like, a little dangerous for takeoff.
Yeah.
So then they call us off the plane just to tell us your flight's been canceled, and then they start talking about we can reschedule you. There's one at 4 o'clock and one that leaves tomorrow. Those were the only 2 options. The 4 o'clock though had a stop in between, so I would go and I got onto that one. Luckily, I got onto that one thinking, okay, I can still make it. It'll just be later in the evening. Not a big deal. Don't panic, as Rob says. Don't panic.
That's what Rob says.
That's what I say.
Don't panic. So I'm like, okay, one cancellation. Not a big deal. So I would fly from Dallas to Phoenix and then Phoenix to Vancouver. However, because of the storm, everything got pushed back. Meaning my flight that was supposed to go to Phoenix was going to be pushed back like 45 minutes to an hour, meaning I would miss my connection to Vancouver. So then I got the second cancellation. I'm like, I can't because I'm not going to make it, even though I've already changed my itinerary. This was going to be the 3rd time. And of course, my luggage gets changed too. They have to find my luggage and put it on the correct planes that they think I'm going to be taking. I should also mention that. So this is my second cancellation, and I'm stressed. And it's like 4 in the afternoon. I've been at there for 10 hours in the same airport. So I come up to the guy and I totally lose it. I totally start crying in front of him, and my mascara and my eyeliner is all running down my face, and I just look like a raccoon or someone who had a very bad night at the club. One of the two.
Or good night.
No, if mascara's running down your face, it's not a good night.
You know,
Maybe morning after.
that's kind of what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the morning after, not the same night.
Walk a shame face.
No.
You have to move in.
Okay, so anyways, they had apparently made a whole new flight that left Dallas at 7 p.m. and would get in Vancouver at 9.
What if we just
For
pull
people
this
who not hear me?
Yeah, it sounds like it's.
I don't know about this moving this table.
No, it's right,
I don't think
right.
so.
You're right. It's a little
Let's
heavy.
try that.
Move that bowl off of there. Put it on.
Yeah.
Is it hard for people to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit sketchy.
I didn't see anybody complain about this thing.
He's
No,
like,
I asked to play Ruin, and he said it's cuts in and out, and it's a little bit off sometimes. I didn't want to interrupt her story though, because it's epic. So I was trying to work with Gwydion on the side.
Yep, let's see what we can do.
okay,
See if that's good. Sorry.
so this is after 2 cancellations. This is like after 4 different plane changes. So I finally get on the plane that leaves at 7 p.m. from Dallas, and I actually make it to Vancouver like around 9:30, 10 o'clock p.m. And then, of course, because my luggage got shuffled around between so many flight schedules, my luggage is in Phoenix, Arizona as we speak. And then I have to rent a car. I had to rent a car because these guys, it's like a 2-hour drive from Vancouver to Whistler. And I felt real bad. I was like, I can't make you guys wait around for me, and I don't want you to come back and pick me up. So I will rent a car. And driving 2 hours at night, like around 11 o'clock, and I finally get here at 1 a.m. It's pitch black. I'm like, what's up? Why is there like not a clear sky with like stars and the moon? Nothing. It's pitch black except for my headlights. And I'm like, please don't be a deer. I don't need a deer to fly, jump out in front of me. I was fine with all the curves and like the zigzag patterns, but I was more worried about wildlife because those I can't control. Everything else isn't within my control, but not deer.
Canada doesn't have stars.
Turns out,
Yeah.
But we
fuckers
so
are dark come 6 o'clock.
Urush and I stay up and wait
Yeah.
for
Because they're
Fury to get here.
sweethearts.
All the rest of these fuckers are in bed.
Yes, right.
They don't care about
Hey, I tried. I really did.
They didn't care.
And then I gave up.
I could have been dead in a ditch.
So we go outside to the street with our, to go out there and,
Flash me
put on our
down.
flashlights and do all this.
Yeah.
And and we get this call, I'm here, and we go out there, it's pitch black, it's totally silent, there's not even, you can't hear anything, it's like being
No
in
hide
center.
or hair.
Yeah, just,
Oh.
and then we're on the phone with her, and Chris is like, oh, I see her lights, and I'm like, no, that's my flashlight on the tree, and whatever. And then she goes, oh, and you could hear her on the phone, and then out of a driveway, out onto the street, I'm at the neighbors, and then she comes
I
flying
hit
out
her,
and coming around.
okay?
Yeah, it was great. It was.
It was dark. It's late. I was fucking tired. Probably 24 hours of no sleep. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rough.
But now she's here, and she's gonna leave the early. Whatever.
Everybody was bright and chipper today, though.
Yeah.
We got a good
Yeah,
night's
yeah.
sleep.
That's
This
fair
awesome lodge. We're just
Why do I keep
having a good
posting?
time.
They say Montreal, Saskatoon.
No,
West
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
You said Saskatoon.
Saskatoon, yeah. SASK is Saskatoon to me.
Sorry, there,
Saskatchewan.
generally in the Western provinces, there's only one response to people from Montreal. And that changed for me about 10 years ago. I played Halo with a guy from Montreal whose English was bad. And now he manages 2 stores because he learned English playing Halo.
There you go.
And he's a nice guy.
Halo games teach.
And he taught me some really, really bad French that I'm not going to say on air.
The Diet Coke has French on it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
If Canada wants stars, they can have Justin Bieber back. Shazam says.
Yeah.
No, seriously, we don't want him.
Ryan Adams. Is he still?
what? But you left it
We
here.
love Brian Adams. William Shatner.
What's wrong with Brian Adams?
No, nothing wrong with Brian Adams. I love that guy.
I love Ryan Reynolds. I love
South
him.
Park.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, he shot himself and congratulated Canada for shooting him. Oh, maybe I just spoiled something.
Whoa.
Nothing, never mind.
Easy.
If you haven't seen the movie by now, then fuck you. It's like The Crying Game. It's a dude. If you haven't seen it yet, you're off the no spoilers list.
Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, like.
Kevin Smith.
Bob and Doug McKenzie. What?
Oh, yeah, Bob and Doug.
Bob and Doug
McKenzie.
Hey,
So even though we're having like a sit down chat, there are 7 people who use Fantasy Grounds here. So if you guys do have questions, you can ask those just like you normally can. And if you want to know anything else about anything, feel free to ask us because we'll tell you. Let's see. We told the travel stories. What else
Yes.
were we going to tell people?
Yes, I am this good looking in real life.
Didn't we have one more thing we were going to tell people? I forget now. What was it? Oh, no, it was about the Haunt 2. We told
Yeah,
them.
told them about that.
This awesome, crazy house.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
Oh, this house
ridiculous.
is amazing.
This house is what $1 million per bathroom.
Yes.
$6.5 million and 6.5 bathrooms. And does that include the secret bathroom?
Shearbits.
Oh,
Shearbits
you
on the
can't say
stream.
that.
Thanks for the Shearbits.
It's a secret. Oh, we're not
We can
supposed
tell
to.
you, but we have
You
to-
push on the
I
wall.
don't
There's a
think the
bathroom.
secret bathroom was even counted because it says 6.5 bathrooms. Each bedroom has a bathroom, right?
Yeah.
It might be.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
Counting the garage.
What about the bathroom in the garage?
Oh,
Is that-
yeah.
That's right.
We'd volunteered to stay in the hooker suite. That's the only one. That's the night at the club. You can't bring the woman inside, so you just park the car in the garage and then sneak off to the bedroom that's in the fucking garage.
Yeah, so the fucking bedroom with a bathroom and a shower in the garage.
Yeah,
It's insane.
pretty cool.
It's really cold in there too, which is nice.
Feels good.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah.
The house to me feels warm, so
It
I'm
is
like,
a bit warm.
open the windows, crack the door open.
It was beautiful
Which-
leaving that door open all day today.
It was,
Yeah.
Although apparently you have to be careful about leaving the doors open because
Bears.
bears.
Fucking bears.
Bears.
Canada.
Canada. Why
Black
can't it be a
bears only.
moose?
Alright, Shadzar has a question for you.
Oh.
No shit, sorry.
For face-to-face gaming with Fantasy Grounds.
Fuck yeah, there's poutine.
Has anyone had the urge to get up and just go code something on someone else's computer? Get it wasn't coded properly? We got 2 of them here, actually. Rob should have just gone up and coded, and Gwydion came to my computer and just, like, typed in the IP address because it was faster.
And then when Urash was in the bathroom, we're taking a phone call. Gwydion's playing on his computer. He's like, I'll just do the save for him.
Oh, yes.
Gwydion's the
right.
DM rolling for him on his own computer.
You know you can do that on your own. It's just easier to reach over here.
You're supposed to control alt lock that thing, but I didn't. And
Right.
Oh,
he's
and I
just
want to
fishing
say,
around.
you know,
there.
I thought we would do the show that way so people won't see it now, but I want to say a personal thank you to Gwydion and his wife because they, for Christmas, for me, they got a 23-inch monitor, and he goes, but you got to bring it to Whistler, so I put it in my car, and then whoever's DMing, they get to have the 23-inch monitor as their second screen, so we just pass it around the table
It's
or
so
whatever.
nice.
Yeah, so
It's
it's
so
really,
much
really
nicer.
nice.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
you know, I've been talking for a month or 2 about wanting to build a studio in my house, and so that'll be the first big part of it. And then I've got a mic, and I've got the inline green screen camera, and so I'm going to try to recruit my friend who's a comedian that I used to pal around with from Los Angeles, and his second job, or his first job, is he's an audio visual guy. He did like Denzel Washington's house and Jay Leno's house. He's one of those guys.
Whoa. I thought I was the audio. Is he
Yeah. Well, you'll both come and then you'll fight it
He's
out.
installing the wires, you gotta do the program.
Okay.
Right. And so I'm hoping that in the near future I can turn one of the rooms in my house into a studio. So that I
Well,
can...
that's another story.
Okay.
The fucking sound system for
Oh yeah, well
Oh,
yeah. Some of
yeah.
you have been watching this stream. The sound. This house has a fucking sound system through the whole house. Like you can go, play music in the kid's basement or whatever. But we're playing the Haunt and it's thunder and rain in the room, like it's above our heads.
Like
the
this,
speakers.
it drove the entire fucking house.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Just wait till you try to go to sleep tonight.
Oh, goddamn mosquito baby shit on. I
Yeah,
can't
just
just
shit. I'm gonna poke holes in those speakers.
I can sleep through it, whatever.
Yes, thank Murphy. Yeah, that was the one I was looking for.
So somebody said, let's see, Stooner, how's your new computer working in the field?
Yeah, me
That was Bob.
and the other one. We talk all the time.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's good shit.
Robert,
It works good.
Who did your intro? How'd that
Oh,
work?
that intro. If you guys saw that intro, Jake McCarthy, who was on the show 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
3 weeks ago?
the
That
guy
was
that
last
did
week,
the DM workflow, and he's been using Fantasy Grounds since about 2006, and then he comes and then he hangs around for a year, and then he leaves for 2 years, and he comes back. But he probably won't leave anymore this time. But anyway, his job is part of his training is audio visual, and and marketing and this and that. So I just said, hey, can you make a thing for me? And he did, and I think it's really fucking cool. And then at the end of the show, you'll see that again, but it has my social media on it, so it's like 90 seconds long. The first thing's only 5 seconds. But yeah, I'm really glad about that. So now when I put the videos on YouTube and stuff, it'll look a little better, and it'll look like I know what I'm doing, which will never be the case.
Well, you can make it look like it.
Yeah, I have to make it look like it. Right.
You think any of them know what they're doing? All of them just pay someone else to make it look like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's people that
Has
don't
anyone
do
had
it.
the game
With
from
all
the
the best
bathroom?
singers.
Yes, I've already game from the bathroom.
I think he discorded from his bedroom this morning
Yeah.
to make sure that to let all of us know that she made it in last night.
Yeah.
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 I did. Robbie showed me a great photo of his studio room. We might need to help him with an intervention, says Leroon.
Yeah, you need an intervention. You don't got a studio room. And you need
No, I don't.
He does.
People here at work must know I'm trying to watch Rob because they won't give the phone.
Oh,
address.
right, yeah.
Aw,
That's rude.
that is rude.
What does that mean? I
He's at work and they're calling his phone because he wants to use it for something else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fucking assholes.
Assholes.
Work. What are you gonna do?
And I obviously threw together this screen that you guys are. I put the logos there and the camera and fucking just do it.
Looks like it's working pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's working pretty good.
Is it
Are you gonna
sounding
play
better with the
games
mic up front here?
the whole week? Yeah, it is a dream vacation. We're gonna play. Our plan is to play as much Fantasy Grounds games as we want or can. We're gonna probably
You got
play
Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven. There's actually, they have like Scrabble and other board games here. And then, Gwynny, do you want to tell what the concierge was asking you before you got here about activities and stuff?
Oh yeah. Well, so this is kind of one of those vacation type club things, and so you do get a concierge, and they're always trying to hook you up. Can we do dinner reservations? Can we do, I don't know. Can you guys want a massage? Want to go to the spa?
Yes.
We're like, no, we're good.
No, but then they say, oh, you want to hook you up with the zip lining?
I mean, just anything.
When he was
Okay,
telling me the
well,
story,
yeah.
what he said to the concierge was, I don't think so.
I think we'll get you
Such a nice guy.
Okay.
And then, is it your wife who's like,
Oh,
Fuck you guys.
yeah.
So I get in, and the first thing I do just to piss my wife off a little bit is like take video, because this place is fucking amazing. So I take a little video of the entry, the foyer, and go over to the master bedroom and kind of show the fucking view and the
It's
mountains.
gorgeous.
Like it's ridiculous. And she texts back like 5 seconds later, like, this place is fucking wasted on you nerds.
Nerds, yeah.
You guys, she said, I'm gonna come next time just so that I can nap and the house won't feel so neglected. Sitting around a kitchen table.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not a kitchen table. It's a
a
dining room
dining
table.
table.
Yeah.
The kitchen table is also very nice.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
island.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
And
But-
we do enjoy the view when we're playing the game. We pull
Yeah.
the shades up and we
Yes.
watch the frost melt off the trees.
It was, it's been
That's
awesome.
great.
Yeah, she's
And also to
super
answer
jealous.
Mr. Leroon, when is the big debut for Unknown Whom 2? Thursday.
Oh,
Thursday.
it's already on the schedule. Nice.
Thursday,
Yeah.
6 p.m., 5 p.m.?
It might be 5 a.m. It
Could
might
be
be
5
5
a.m.
a.m.
Thursday.
We'll see.
If we're streaming on Thursday, it's probably going to be him running
Yeah.
the game.
Awesome.
It's
Yep.
gonna be that, and I'll run it according to the rules this time.
What? What kind of bullshit are you talking about?
Are you going to switch up our Unknown Whom one?
Yeah, no unknown whom one characters. You just build new characters.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks
Cheer
for the
bits in the
stream.
stream.
Cheerbits! That's way over there. Cheerbits, thank you, Fantasy Grounds College, for the
And
cheerbits.
we're going to be playing, is it the Dark Eye? That's something new this week, maybe? What's
Hopefully.
What's that?
It's a
What?
role play game. It's out of Germany. It's about
Okay.
30 years old.
awesome?
Yeah, the
but
Dark
it's
Eye.
just come to the
Oh, I
United
don't know
States
if
about
that's
the last
really
5
sorry.
years.
Pen and paper?
And we're going to play on pen and paper.
Real dice?
Wait, what?
I'm
That's
gonna
exciting.
make
Cool.
you all
Roll
roll
dice? Awesome.
Nice.
Do math.
Maybe
It's
my
gonna
luck
be
would be
awesome.
better if I physically
There you
rolled
go.
dice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I
anyone
didn't know
watches-
dice. I didn't know that was happening.
I didn't roll above a fucking 10
Let's find out.
ever.
He's going to get his dice right
This is a random test.
Do it.
We're also.
These are his dice.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
no,
was
you
the
might not
math.
want to use those.
That's Joe numbers, and the numbers are ones.
There are no 20s.
Yeah.
I killed some shit today.
Yes, he
He
did.
did, yeah.
After-
Fireball for the win.
So
That's
Joe,
right.
Joe, I just want to tell you.
Fuck you, look at that.
Yeah.
Just-
Rolling on
Roll
an actual
the
table.
table.
What?
What's
It's
it?
gonna suck.
What is it?
15.
15.
15.
That's you.
So
It's a
Joe,
19.
But
No, I
he's got
took
a minus
color.
7 in wisdom. Oh.
Joe,
Yeah.
dark guy, you want to roll low.
Oh. My kind of game.
Except, guess what's gonna happen?
Oh.
We're all 19s.
All day. I won't be able to hit under 15.
And
Sons
Rob,
of
we might
bitches.
just
Timing
Pathfinder
is all
play
hard.
test this week, maybe. We might.
Pathfinder play test on Wednesday. We should probably do it, right?
Yeah, whatever.
We gotta get a hold of Dave. And, well, I don't,
We don't have to do that this week. I mean, we didn't really tell him that we
Yeah,
did
we
another
didn't
one,
tell
so
him.
we can do it.
Hey, you know what? Fuck Dave.
What?
Why?
He's not here. That's his
Oh,
thing.
man, that's his
Is
thing.
he in the chat?
I know.
Yeah.
I was seated. I was watching.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You squatter 10,000 fight.
Fucking right. I can do whatever I want in your off stream because I squat.
They want to know when the stream store is coming into play this weekend. Definitely for your
Yeah,
game.
in Thursday's game, the
I
stream
read that
store
wrong.
will be available only for negative effects, though.
So McClancy's gonna fuck up everything.
Alright, well, he was gonna do that anyway.
It'll be there for Friday for sure.
Okay.
Well, I won't be here for free.
But yeah.
Oh.
I'll be going to
Oh.
Unless I can switch planes yet again.
You
Dragon McNeil's before Rob
I don't
Tui
think
begging.
they
Oh, that's the
pushed my
fucking
luck.
guy.
Yeah.
No, no, what's the other one?
Vegetarian.
So you put the stream screen together, Rob, left out all the other people's icons, glam whore.
Ban Diablo Bob.
I don't have shit.
I just have my face with my headset on.
Yeah, sure.
No, I literally I put my logo there and then I put the FGC logo there 1 minute before the show, and then that's all I did.
Yeah.
Because he was too busy watching football to put a good.
You shut up.
Hey, what's on your shirt right now? And did they win?
Hey, let's do it.
They did,
Yeah, they did.
27-3.
And McClancy, fuck the Patriots, man.
That's right. Had to get that in there, yeah.
Anyone got a set of physical dice? I think I'm the only one that didn't bring those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have
all the rest of us brought
I didn't know we were.
I have a couple
needing-
sets, so you can. I'm sure
Alright,
we have
cool.
extra.
Yeah.
Can I-
Mine are in my luggage.
Nice.
You don't mind if I handle one of your
Wow.
sets?
When's that gonna go away?
Oh, that's the other story I was going to tell. The text message.
When is their luggage gonna arrive?
Well, I mean, it's in Arizona.
You hopefully it gets here by Thursday.
By the time you leave it, we'll
So that's
show
the
up.
other story I was
the
going to
same
tell.
outfit all fucking week.
The other story I was thinking about that I forgot that I remember now is the text message.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
So we're driving. I'm driving. I've got Chris and Joe in the car with me, and these three were Stooner and these two were already here.
Yep.
And so I get a text message, and I have Siri set to the British woman's voice, and it plays on the speakers in the car when I'm driving, so I can do hands free. And so a text comes on, and she says, "A text from Alan. When you get here, give us a call. We have to guide you in
Slowly.
Yeah, we have to guide you in slowly. I know, that's what your prom date said." And we fucking lost it, and we almost
man.
crashed. It was fucking amazing. But yeah, that was funny.
Good times.
Is there any actual Fantasy Grounds questions?
Yeah.
Because right now we're doing Saturday Roundtable, which I love.
Which is fun.
Yeah. But
Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it?
It is Sunday.
It's Sunday, it's the FGC.
We're supposed to be talking about fantasy grounds.
All things fantasy grounds.
All
What else
things-
we got going on this weekend? What other games we've got putting
So
out?
we've got,
Talked about the Dark Eye.
what's the name of it again?
The
Dark
Dark
Eye.
Eye.
The Dark
Just
Eye,
think of
Pathfinder
your
play
bummer.
test.
Pathfinder playtest,
Remember it all the time.
Dragon
You
Heist
got, one's
Waterdeep,
got one dark eye.
Dragon Heist Waterdeep, Unknown M2.
Number 2.
There's this special game called Killjoe's Numbers.
You all are fucking dead.
We probably will do, if we have time, Fires of Isk, which is probably going to be 18th level for you guys.
Oh, nice.
18th
18th
level.
level. Okay, good. That
That's
would be
gonna
fun.
take
Wasn't
me a long
somebody
time.
doing a 20th
Well,
level?
it's 20th, but it's usually for 4 people, so with 6 of you, we might
Oh,
do 18th
okay,
level,
scale
so-
it down.
so, yeah, a little bit.
What about 20th level no flying? How about that?
No flying, no flanking.
Yeah, no flanky.
All Things Roundtable, the show's been renamed by Diablo Bob.
It's a special. It's a
Do you want to
holiday
tell them the
special.
tip that you learned today about the little arrow button that's in the
Oh!
That's for
oh
Friday.
My God. Oh,
sorry.
Save it.
Sorry.
You know what?
Save it
Share
for
it with
Friday.
everyone so that you can repeat yourself multiple times.
There you go.
First of all, when you have a wireless mouse, there's an on button you need to fucking push.
Oh, if your mouse doesn't
That's
work,
gonna go
you can turn
all
it on.
week long, that joke.
No, but this is a good tip. I can't believe I haven't done this on Fantasy Grounds Fridays tips or whatever. But
Jesus.
this is a good one. So when you guys are playing, if you're a player and you're looking at the combat tracker and you're doing your turn and then it ends, there's this little arrow in the bottom left of the combat tracker. You just push that and it passes your turn. It's amazing.
Best tip.
Best tip
ever.
Oh, it works.
But here's the problem. I get used to doing that, and then my DM likes to do it personally. So
Whoa.
we end up skipping the person after me all the time.
No, that's alright because when we played, wasn't even 5e pickup games back then. What was it? Salvage Encounters. None of us knew how to change our own turn. So he did it, and then he taught us how to do it, and then he kept doing it, and then we kept doing it.
Yeah.
And eventually, he actually gave his players faith to fucking play their own like shit, and then afterwards, oh Jesus, here we come. When you didn't skip your turn, well, why the hell did you press the button? It's right there. You get good at it if you get played.
You're
enough.
like right on it.
Boom. Yeah.
You get used to him yelling at you when you play with him.
Oh, we forgot to say the disclaimer.
Oh no.
It's in the chat.
Oh, well, great.
We,
Shadzar said the opinions expressed during All Things Fantasy Grounds are not those of the host or the
Nice.
fucking guest.
Especially
And do not
tonight.
reflect the opinions of Smartworks LLC. It's Smartworks USA LLC. Get it right.
Jesus, tighten up.
the shit's gotta be legal.
That's another
Disclaimer,
famous
we're in
quote.
Canada.
Tighten up.
Oh yeah, we're in Canada. What the fuck?
That's right.
We're exempt of everything right now.
Sorry, what the fuck? A.
We're out of
So
jurisdiction.
it's Smartworks CA.
Yeah, well that's when I was a little kid. I learned how to spell Canada. Canada's just CND, but it's CANAD.
Yeah.
That's it,
He fits in here.
Was that one in your act?
No, I don't want to get drummed out of the
It was
business.
two. It was
Yeah.
two. Yeah. Too low.
So with all the people on screen, I was curious what everyone thinks of Epic and Paragon levels. Ooh, it's a legit question.
Oh, crap.
How much time have we been? This is 34 minutes. And the fact that they're almost forbidden in 5e, at least.
What's the fuck
that's
they
the-
forbidden for? It's just difficult for monsters or what?
Paragon and Epic levels were when they wasn't that when in 4th edition when they did you were
Oh,
first
20
through
above.
10
yeah.
through 20.
Paragon's like 11 through 14, and then 15 through 20 is epic, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, but in 4th edition it was 10, 20, 30.
Okay, okay.
Wasn't it? Didn't
I
they,
don't
didn't they go
know.
to
I didn't
30th
use
level?
four.
How the fuck do
I
you get to
haven't played
30th
PlayStation
level?
long enough.
I don't know. I guess the answer is I don't know.
Well, and I think what he's getting at is there just aren't a lot of adventures out there, and I mean, not a lot
Well,
of
there were some structured rules. I never played anything but 5e, but there were some structured rules for taking a character past 20th level in past editions, and you would be able to multi-class at that point, or you would have actually abilities that would or perks that you would get after 20th level to take your character up into that super high epic. Now, 5e really doesn't have a lot of background on epic monsters. I mean, their CR levels probably cap out without maybe having one or two per level at what? CR 20?
Yeah, it goes up to 30, I think, but there's only like 10 or 12 monsters.
Yeah,
above
I mean
20.
there's some there, but it's like you can run an adventure around Orcus, or you can run an adventure around like that. You're pretty limited on that, so you've got to reach outside of the material that they've given you and just make some shit up on your own. Bring those lower level tiers and just beef the shit out of them. But it takes more than just taking those materials and going. You're really gonna have to jump in there and modify
I think
monsters.
Yeah.
And get your basic kobolds are gonna try and make a CR1 kobold a CR20 and throw 20 of them at them.
Right.
I mean, what else are you gonna do if you want to
Yeah.
keep playing that? Or you start.
And I'm pretty sure when they changed editions, they just decided that was a part that people felt they wanted to.
Well, we talked about that a little bit today about how we really like. We play level 18 characters. when we play over level 10.
Right.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited about Dungeons of the Mad Mage is because it goes to the level 20.
Sure.
I mean, how did we get
But my highest character is
TYP?
level 12.
So yeah,
TYP
was a
15.
paladin that doesn't exist
Yeah,
anymore,
sure.
right? Because it was the old school
UA?
UA, yeah. The old school
Yeah.
UA,
Yeah.
right? Like that paladin doesn't exist anymore. It's broken as fuck, and that's why, but that's the highest character I've ever had.
Yeah, I've never played a 20th level character.
Well, you did it
Yeah.
in one
We
shot.
barely-
Oh yeah,
made
except for
one,
one that we
yeah,
made
totally.
specifically. Yeah, that was
Fucking
in
liar.
February.
Yeah, we fought Trask, which is CR30.
Like 1
Is it
to
a
20.
CR30, and
I think it
it's
takes a
155,000 hit points.
It certainly takes a different, not a different. It takes a committed group to get
It's like
a
Yeah.
build a character. I mean, even
XP,
even the
sorry.
ones
Okay,
you
yeah,
run,
like-
where you
sorry,
get
XP.
a pretty good group of people together,
Yeah.
going from level 1 to level 10. That's
It's,
tough.
it's a commitment.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're looking at years and years of
Yeah.
friends playing games. And
It's-
just because we're friends and we want to play, not just because we're trying to entertain or trying to put something on Twitch.
Right.
It's just we're trying to just get together,
Yeah.
and you really find a bond with those characters that you get to that level.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
And it's tough, like
takes a
2.5
when we did the
years,
20th
yeah.
or the one shot
Pickups.
with the
Pickup
20th
games.
levels last time. I remember we didn't have like a
I
30
made level
page
12.
thing with the spells and
no,
it's
yeah.
I played
because
a
if
wizard.
you-
I'm like, what am I thinking?
if you start a character at level 1, you learn that character
Yeah.
and you add 2 spells and you add 2 spells and
Yeah.
over the course of a year, then when you get to 20th level, you know everything and it's only when you
Right.
level up, it's only a couple new things. But when you build a 20th level character to play once that day, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I used Hero Lab to do that.
Yeah, Hero
And-
Lab,
Yeah,
yeah.
both. And, yeah, it was,
I would love to build a level 20 from 1 to 20.
Yeah,
Like
that's the
ultimate
goal.
goal.
That's what I'm hoping for the Friday night game. That's what happens.
yeah, because like you said,
That's what I did today.
Well, I mean, no, but in all seriousness, we all have glasses. We all have glasses.
What are you talking about?
We're staring at
Oh,
computers all
I
fucking
can't see anything now. Put those bitches back up.
You gotta go like
Wait,
this, though.
here's one for an actual fantasy guns question.
What is it?
Okay,
Oh,
No, not from this. It's
Oh.
from me.
Oh.
So as you're leveling up, my highest level character is level 12. Over 2.5 years.
Really?
Yeah, well, when we were playing salvage
5e
encounters and
pickups.
pickup games, right? I
Okay.
made the level 12. But what are a few things in Fantasy Grounds that you need to know when your characters get up that high? Like, specifically, I'm talking about, like, cantrips. How Fantasy Grounds doesn't automatically update it.
Oh, right. You have to go in
and
at
like-
5th level and 11th level.
Yeah,
I know.
Yes.
I
and
know
I'm
that
used to
shit,
your
too.
coding, so how can people do, like, concentration spells and shit like that? Because it becomes very important because I've had overlapping spells that were concentration before you're coding, right? So
Well, don't fuck it up. You can only have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Cool.
Right.
I have
if
a
you-
problem with not actually reading shit.
I would say even 90% of the
How do you
audience.
spell bang?
Yeah.
Just one A.
I think it's 2 ends.
It's 2 N's.
I thought there was a silent H.
But yeah, if you had it, because you can cast another concentration spell, but then you lose the first one.
What
But cantrips are big.
what levels is Unknown Whom 2? What's it cover?
I don't
It's what,
I have
3,
no
2,
idea.
3,
7?
2, we'll find out.
Okay.
It's just play test,
Starting
we'll
at
find
3.
out.
That's why we're playtesting
And
it.
this is a playtest, right? I don't know
Yeah,
if
it is a
stream knows that.
playtest. I mean, it's complete,
Right.
but I'm hoping that it'll go to 6. But I think a lot of it will have to do with how much stuff he chooses to throw in extra.
Gotcha.
Like there's random encounters and stuff like that. So, but we'll find out. But probably at least 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get yelled at for this, so watch it because
Should be a
It'll
good
be
time.
interesting. Yeah.
I probably won't be yelling at you. I'll probably be writing notes like,
or you're gonna yell at me.
am I?
That's not what I intended.
He always yells. That-
Last, I've only run Unknown
What
Whom
have I ever
once,
yelled?
and only the first like 3
I think
hours.
it's just when
I
you
can't
talk.
remember a single time.
I was supposed to be there and I'm sorry. I came,
Yeah, no,
I
it's
came home
good.
from work
Okay.
and like,
Sorry, I booked 6 players,
My memory.
knowing that only
Yeah,
4 would
mine's
show
worse.
up.
We ended up with
I
5.
expected you to show up and one of the other players to not show up,
Yeah.
but it ended up working out.
Oh yeah, Shad, that's a good point. When high level characters don't fuck up because you basically need to rebuild the character.
Oh,
So
fuck.
There are some
True.
major problems that can come with that.
But if you
don't do it
level up the way I teach people, good to go.
It works, yeah. I've done it many times.
So it's race first, right?
Racing on your stats.
Rob Tootie, proud student, Venice Grounds College. Nice.
Aw,
Nice.
thanks.
Thanks, man.
Oh, that's hilarious. I got no more questions in here. I don't see anything.
I don't see any more.
So we're done. We can stop the stream.
Get back to
We're
phone.
gonna make you sit up there for another 2 hours.
So I got a topic we can kind of talk about.
Yeah, get into it.
Yeah, go for it.
Min-maxing and metagaming.
Oh.
That's
How
your
that
bag, man.
relates
Talk
to-
about it.
No. I need you to
I get why
school me.
people do
School
both.
me.
I
Yeah.
understand the mentality behind it. But to me, my personal opinion of both of those is that it's not as fun.
Right.
It's like cheating in a game. You can cheat, but then why? It's not fun.
Well, but then the whole point is it's a game and you know the systems, therefore you should be able to manipulate them, which is metagaming sometimes is good, sometimes
Yeah.
is no good. But you need to be able to differentiate.
Yeah.
That's
when
why I
it is good and
hesitated
when
when I
it
said it,
isn't.
because there's certain
There's
things that are
nuance to
okay,
it.
right?
Yeah, there's nuance.
In my
But-
opinion,
And you certainly don't want to be a strength 12 barbarian playing a fucking game.
There is
yeah, I'm a strength 12 barbarian.
5th level.
Random.
Should I tell that story?
Yeah,
sure.
But
Alright.
it's your-
If you use the random character generation table, don't do it wrong. Read the fucking notes.
Reading is never the answer.
Because I did it wrong and now I'm fucked with a 12 strength barbarian.
Yeah.
But also, min-maxing is alright. That means you know how to play the game, you know the rules, all that bullshit. And it fucks the game up, but at least you're educated enough to know how to play it. Metagaming is fucking horrendous.
Can be.
No, it is bad. Unless you're like doing role playing, character talking, all that shit, you shouldn't say half that shit out loud.
It depends on the what the metagame is. Like a good example of what not to do, in my opinion, is you're fighting a monster that your character's never seen before, and you're like, oh, it's a troll. So get
Let's
fire
burn
on
it.
it. Get
Burn
fire
it.
on it.
Yeah.
And your character doesn't know that, so you shouldn't. Like today,
Yeah.
I fucking blew my turn undead spell on shit I didn't know if it was undead or not. That's because I was playing my character, right?
But I think there's a difference too. If you're at first level, yeah. I mean, if you're at 10th level, then you can certainly your character.
Maybe
to your point.
if you
There's
If you
experience
either-
level, you can roll.
Yeah.
if you fought or it's believable that you might have fought a troll before, then
And I think good DMs, there's ways to handle that. You start throwing shit in that, this does have resistance to cold.
Yeah,
I grew up in the
exactly.
frickin' mountains, so don't pull that shit on me, you know?
Yeah,
I think you can, if somebody really starts to go off the rails in that, you just throw some things at them and
But
Yeah.
tear them back. You know?
for that type of stuff, it goes back to our role playing though, right? With backstories,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
So that's sometimes like in my real life game, I have an extensive backstory. I got like 8 pages written down that I handed to the DM. So sometimes shit happens and my character knows.
That's
which
cool.
which
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
paladin wouldn't ever know anything about ever.
Yeah.
Except for he does because of the backstory I
But obviously,
chose to write,
like
right?
a cleric would probably know undead.
Yeah.
They've got some shit. They've been through some shit. They know some
They
stuff.
recognize. Yeah.
I do like Dragonbake's comment. He said, if your DM is a hardcore DM and it is like this game is on, you might need to min max.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm a difficult DM because I put you in tough situations that I have no idea if you're going to make it through this or not.
Yeah.
And if you're not conscious of what your strengths and weaknesses are as a character, or should we get ourselves in there? Should I rush?
Right,
like
right.
that's TPK, or if at least like if everyone follows your lead,
Right.
they're gonna die along with you, or they just send you and go.
Can't be killed by dragons.
So one of the things I like about min-maxing is you have the option to do some stupid things on purpose.
Yeah.
And like just plow into something knowing that
And make it
I'm
all
going to get
alive.
thrashed. I'm going to let the rest of the party kind of help me out and
Yeah.
come in and save me, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you're strong enough to not really just get slaughtered, but you can just be a little more aggressive, so it's fun.
Yeah.
that way.
But also, I mean, for me, that's where some of the metagaming kind of helps.
Yeah.
Because, okay, your party's been together for a while, so that we can kind of strategize. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I expect, to do for support, so we can take this out completely. So that way, your characters, you don't have to spend too much time as a character telling you, I need you to do this, or I need my bard to cast this. It's like, okay, our characters already know each other, so we can kind of work together to take out, this little wormling, or...
It's funner that way when everybody's kind of working together, too.
Yeah.
That really makes the chemistry of the game a lot more enjoyable.
I think so. Yeah, but if you don't min-max and everything's bland, you're not good at anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no standout quality.
Yeah.
It could be fun and humorous, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a serious game anymore,
Yeah, it's
right?
tough to succeed. It's like playing chess badly.
That's not even a fun game at that point. It's just
It's just
bullshit.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like you just
I think Sooner and I have the same. Like, it's fun to make random characters because then you're forced to roleplay your shit that you've just been
Yep.
delivered.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
there is
that's
some
why
fun to that.
that was the whole point of the Friday game, was to have people to be like, here's your cards, do the best you can.
Deal
you know
with
what I
it,
mean?
yeah.
But like I was arguing against metagaming, but the benefit to metagaming for that is like I know my character doesn't have. He's got 12 strength as a barbarian because I chose to roll this fucking character.
Yeah.
So now I gotta pick and choose what I'm capable of, with outside of my character's knowledge. Like as a player that's played a lot, right? And that's what I like. Metagaming is like the shit that you know outside of the current character you're playing, really.
Yeah.
Plus the information that you've been giving for what you're playing.
And Diablo Bob has a good comment. I'm not going to read through all that. You should look at chat and read through it. And it's a long one, but I think you're right on point, Diablo. That's exactly what you're talking about. Min-maxing is situational, and you can do it. You don't have to, but I would really encourage you to at least put some forethought and don't shoot yourself on purpose. But be good at something to be part of something that your party can rely on, something you can stand out on. But
Yeah, no, the best part about that comment is he goes from Neo
Yeah, he goes from Neo to.
I like the truffle show.
to Truffle Shuffle. Like, what?
Is he a millennial?
Fuck. You know the best part of this is he's in here with me,
I'm a millennial.
but I'm the only one getting the shit for it.
I'm closer to that cutoff, though.
Yeah, he's a cusper over there.
Wait, how old are you?
Too fucking old.
And you said
Yeah,
you were
fuck you.
94, and I'm
Too
younger than
fucking
you.
I tell people every time I'm 30 something. Fuck, what year is it? 36. 36. Yeah.
Baby.
I'm the baby.
Baby, everybody.
She was telling me some stories. She is a millennial, though.
Me?
Yeah.
What did I do? What
Nothing.
is-
I won't tell you.
That's funny. That's hilarious. You're a millennial. What did I do?
What did I
What
say?
year were you
What
born?
did I say?
What did I do?
What did I say?
Yeah.
Oh no.
What did I
Is
do?
that anything yet?
Oh, just
No, but we do all have
He's
glasses.
Yeah.
picking on me, make him stop.
These folks on stream and thus. What is Labor talking about?
I don't know.
See, what happens is I look and then I miss a comment and then they say something about what they said and then I just.
grappling illusions. Yeah.
True that.
Yeah, I need English. Larry.
English.
We have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
You gotta say A few times, so.
No, English.
Yeah.
Not English. Or Canadian.
Fucking
That's what we
Omi
call
and
it.
his goddamn spoons. Fuck you, Megabait.
Oh, that's Dragon Bait? Okay. And I remember Omi Martin.
Yeah, I played in a game that Omi was fucking born in. You can go back and look at my
Cheerbits.
relationship with
Cheerbits in
Omi
the stream.
Cheer bits. Cheer bits in the stream. Cheer bits. Spanish Grounds College. Cheer bits. Awesome.
Someday Marquesh is gonna come back and kick the shit out of all those spoons.
Was that Dave's game?
Yeah.
What was that? 5e?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not bitter at all.
Not at all. No. Dragon's a good guy.
How long ago was this?
This is probably within the last year-ish,
Okay.
18 months for sure.
I think so.
You're
Yeah,
still holding
Night,
his-
Diablo Bob.
it's a big thing.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had fucking T-shirts made. I think that was just in game though.
He said something about his daughter is woke. He has to go. I don't know.
Daughter's woke.
Oh, woke up. I see.
Well,
I thought he was talking millennial. Kind
Yeah,
of
that's what I thought. Dragon Bait LOL Joe numbers.
Yeah.
No parlay English.
Right? Yeah. Thanks, sir.
No parlay English, it says. By Shazar.
Parlay English.
No parlay English.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about potential timeframes for 5e pickups starting up again?
Well, 5e pickups is coming back. We don't have a date for it. 5e pickups will more than likely start up again on Wednesdays after we finish whatever it is we're doing on Wednesdays. Which right now we're having a grand time doing the Pathfinder 2 playtest that Gwydion is DMing, and Gwydion has done a lot of the work for the Fantasy Grounds modules the playtest ones that go on top of who's doing the rule set for
Trenlo?
Yeah, Trenlo.
Yeah. That dude's putting in some fucking hours.
He is.
He's
Yeah.
putting
Oh
in
my God.
yeah, every Tuesday they do an update, and then Paizo does the updates. I don't know how, every couple weeks probably.
Every
They
2
add-
weeks they came out
yeah.
with one. Actually, they haven't yet. I think it's tomorrow. Like it's no. Today's I think it's Monday or Tuesday.
Okay,
They come out.
but we
every
are
2
going to
weeks.
get back to 5e pickup games, and more than likely to start once a week. I was doing it like 3 times a week.
Explain to some of these folks that
Oh yeah,
aren't
so
even around
yeah,
when
you're right.
when
You're
doing
absolutely
it.
right. I take for granted.
Yeah.
So 5e pickup games is just what it sounds like. It's anybody can come and play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons with Fantasy Grounds, whether you have been playing forever or you've never even played ever. And it's just we establish a time. We take like the first 6 people to show up that day, and we do. There's a story background, but then the party goes and does things, and gets into encounters and tries to complete goals and whatever. And it's West Marches ish, but not quite. That's kind of the reason I shut it down. Is it kind of lost a little bit of popularity, but 2, I want to rework it so that it's kind of West Marches, so you really can just truly show up, and what you do that day affects nothing else ever. And the whole idea was to have it be like pickup basketball. You just show up and play, and you play once and leave and never come back, or you come every single time. It's up to you.
Or you just make a character and don't.
You make 3 characters and then never come play. That's no names.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Larry, you're right. You guys do have the population now, but we had the players back then.
We would
Like
get
there was a lot of fucking players then. Just
For, a year.
yeah, and I
Teams show up.
still have the spreadsheets, of
Yeah.
course, because I have many spreadsheets.
Yeah.
like
But there was, I think we had high 60s players,
Nice.
and we would play. It had to be at least 3, no more than 6. And people were really good about but there was only maybe 2 or 3 times that more than 6 people showed up, and then someone would go, "Oh no, I'll
You were
sit
doing
out."
it twice a week too.
I
We were
started
doing
with
it, yeah.
you guys.
At one point, we were doing it, twice a week.
Yeah.
And
Tuesdays
then
and
about
Thursdays.
December,
Monday,
it just
Wednesday,
took a nosedive, and it was nobody.
Everything's got a cycle though, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But then a lot of these
There's a
these
lot of
guys
new
and,
people,
and other
yeah.
people online have been saying, "Hey, whatever,
I've got to say, for the Wednesday nights, I was skittish, and I've heard so much about how Pathfinder. You got to try it, but I've had a really good time playing Pathfinder.
Me too.
The
Yeah,
second
me too.
edition of Pathfinder, and I know there's some differences, and
Yeah.
people that say that it's not worth playing Pathfinder 2 versus 1, but
Right.
ultimately it's coming. It's here, and
Get my fat head out of the way of the camera. Sorry.
you good.
It's just a beard. Yeah, you're on the camera though.
But I really encourage people that haven't had a chance to try it to give it
Yeah,
a shot.
so if you guys
I've had a lot of fun with it.
just keep an eye out on the schedule, and when you see 5e pickups games coming back, just get in it, and we'll do it. And if you're somebody that I know that I've gamed with for at least a few times, or I get to know you and trust you, you then can DM 5e pickup games, because
That's
a
right.
bunch of these guys have done that.
You've done it. Yeah.
No,
Okay, so for
I had a special occasion why I get to DM when I got Rob's trust. Rob was involved with KoboldCon 2016.
Oh yeah.
Supposed to run a game. I was supposed to be a player. Rob's power went out. He was on Discord on his phone. And I said, fuck it, I'm playing today. So I went and bought the Ultimate license and bought the module and ran it. Never DM'd shit before.
Yeah.
And I had very good players. Well, we're not going to talk about one player, but
Three of them,
yeah, 3 of the 4 players that were
I
left
don't
were
even remember.
fucking
I
amazing.
don't know.
The last player, I'll remind Rob after we're off stream because it's not
I'm
polite.
sure he's a great
I
person.
seriously,
Not in this room. Not in this room.
no, I don't have anything nice to say about this person, which
Okay.
Yeah, we won't do that.
Yeah.
which is exactly why I'm not gonna mention it. But it was fucking fun, and then I got Rob's shortlist
That
of
was
being
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
So for the 5e pickup, I mean, it's like what, 5th level characters that they made for players?
No, you started at fucking 1, man.
We start level
You
1.
start with 0 XP.
And then another
And
cool
it-
thing about it is
we
you have
played
tiers.
it for a long time, and then I finally decided we do it in tiers.
Yeah.
So only level 1 and 4 characters can play.
We do it at level 7.
And then when the players show
Level
up,
one
and
players.
you're allowed to build
Yeah.
3 characters, so you can have 3 different one per tier.
Okay.
And then what we do is when people show up to play, we go, okay, there's 4 people here that have 5th level characters, but John is new and he's just starting today, so everybody drop down to your 1st tier character. So that's what. Because otherwise, you go into an encounter and you got a
You're
9th
level
character.
3 after 1 encounter.
You
You
run
just
encounter,
gotta
you
sit
stab
your
at the
ass
back,
in the back.
you never fucking do anything. Now you're level 4.
What? You can't power level me?
No.
No,
Yeah,
well,
that's what
like
it
me and
is.
Hirosh were like level 7 out of sorcerers. And we didn't know you couldn't cast 2 spells in the same turn. Regardless of his bonus action
Yeah,
and an action.
because that's a
'Cause it-
rules.
Yeah, it could be a bonus action spell and an action cantrip.
You know where they tell you that?
In regular rule. But
You
I wasn't the
think we don't
DM. I wasn't the DM, so you can't blame me. But I was getting off like 2 fireballs
And we have
in
already
one
determined
turn.
that, you
Oh,
know,
jeez.
we don't read the rules or
Yeah.
message of the day or
And actually,
anything.
What's message of the day?
Box you close
That's
as soon as
hilarious.
Space Grants opens.
He's the first one to get the bird out.
Fuck is this giving away?
First bird of the week. It's bird of the stream.
And
First
actually,
bird
you know,
of the stream goes to
actually, this event, Gwydion and I built this event off of the personnel list from 5e Pickup Game.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh,
And, you know, because that was the players that, I mean, you can play with online people and you don't know if they're you don't know if they're murderers or whatever.
Right.
Like, oh, I want to tell the story about what you said. That's funny. But, because, you know, she's a mass murderer. No. But yeah,
And that's funny to
I
Rob.
got to know, that is funny to me.
She kills a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I kicked out my door and she was kind of walking around.
I mean, I myself, I traveled around to many cities, staying only one night in each place. I mean, I was a comedian. But, you know, so I got to know these people really well. And then, you know, Fury came on to the Sunday show, and I got to know her really well, so we added her in for this time. Because
She's cool shit.
a couple people that were here before couldn't be here. So, you know, we wanted to...
I was on the wait list and you know,
Oh. Second call.
So, but I do have a funny story. So, we invited Zell to the first one because the first 2 were in Denver, and these 2 live in Denver.
Yep.
So, we invited her to the first one, but she was going to be out of town and couldn't go. And then when the second one came around, I said, "Do you want to go?" And she said, "Do you mean you want me to ask my husband if I can go to a remote location with 5 men that I don't know that I met on the internet?" And I said, "Yeah." She said,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah. This is your internet friends, and we're going to be
That's
on.
a good story, but that's not me.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Jesus, Rob.
Wait, you weren't there.
no.
It was Jaded Bailey.
Oh, Bailey, yeah.
Bailey, that's who
She's
it was.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? No wonder she.
It's a
hates
good
me.
story.
It's a good
It's a great story.
Jesus.
No, but when she said that and I said yeah, she goes, "Okay."
I know.
Yeah.
She did say that. Yeah.
Years in.
You have too many women in your life, that's what it is.
Bailey, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. Because
Her husband's gonna be.
We would love to have Bailey sometime.
oh yeah,
She is
yeah.
cool shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
women are included because hashtag not me.
Yeah.
Boo!
Boo! Everybody's
and
included.
it couldn't just be because we're great gamers.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
like to hang out with cool people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking
That's
As a
what
matter of
it's all
fact,
about.
I hate the whole equal conversation because I don't even think it should exist. Everybody should just be the same. I've said that many times.
Well, it's,
He has. I've heard.
we have the queen of Dungeons and Dragons right here.
That's correct.
Oh,
In
wow.
our community, she just rules.
I've been saying this for like 2 years.
It's true.
Also, Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Minecraft.
Minecraft, that's
right.
That's peace of mind, though, right?
World of the character.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot
That's right. That was some good stuff.
I've been taking a look. I haven't seen
I haven't
it.
seen more questions.
My phone's about to die.
Well, we did an hour. We can shut her
We
down.
did, yeah.
Yeah, we got another game.
We got a game to play.
We got
bitches.
games to play.
We gotta see if we survive. So
We won't.
Dibs out.
So, any final words from everybody? I have to walk over
Yeah.
and shut it off, but any final words from anybody?
I got nothing. Let's play some games.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks,
we're
thanks for
ready to
watching.
play some
Have
games.
fun. Don't
Yeah,
forget to
that's
keep
why we're
watching.
here.
Thanks for coming and saying hi to us. Ask some questions.
I'll go and shut it down here.
Show up Thursday. Buy Rob's modules.
And drop traps on us. Like
Buy
on
Rob's modules.
The one I'm running on Thursday is the only one I'm running on for free.
Works.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It does.
Unknown Whom too.
Gotcha.
So
Bye,
what I
everyone.
haven't paid for.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching. We will see you next time. But we're gonna start this back up again.
Birds! Birds for days!